Did you just say it's 5 days away from the college football season? In fact, you are correct. Today, we're talking the top 5 themes in the country so that you can get caught up before kickoff on Saturday. We're going to start from the top in my alma mater. Take a shot every time you've heard me say that's my alma mater. Yes, I went to Ohio State. Yes, they are the number 1 team in the country. Here's the storyline. Start with the 3 players that everyone's talking about. That's Julian Sayin, the quarterback, Jeremiah Smith, the best wide receiver in all of college football. Absolute stud. And then the new freshman, Chris Henry Jr., who's also a wide receiver. These 3 are going to be predominantly the main people that everyone's talking about at Ohio State this season. Now, here's a couple storylines. We lost a ton of people on defense last year, especially starring Caleb Downs. Julian Sayin's young. He's in his sophomore season. He'll get more experience every single rep. While we are the number 1 team in the country, are we the most complete team? We're about to find out week 2. Oregon, this is the number 2 team in the country, but the number 1 team that everyone feels like should be number 1. If you know one thing about me, I've always questioned the Oregon Ducks because they've never closed it down in big games, aka they've never won a national title. But this year with Dante Moore returning instead of going to the NFL, have an absolutely rock star defense and a great head coach in Dan Lanning. Eugene, Oregon is about to be absolutely rocking. They are heavily favored to win the national title. Dan Lanning, that guy, we're about to find out. The number 3 team in the country, which is the number 2 team in my heart in college football, Kirby Smart and the Dog. The Dogs are always a complete team. Their defense is always the talk of the town. They have absolute insane athletes on the defensive side of the ball, especially at the linebacker position. Kirby Smart's been talking up his wide receivers this year, which is not always their strongest suit. And then they have a returning senior quarterback in Gunnar Stockton. He's going to put it all on the line for the Georgia Bulldogs. He truly is what it means to play football at Georgia. This is a team that never gives up, if that's one thing you take away from this entire post. I mean, look at this cutie. Go Kirby, go. Now we're talking the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They're the number 4 team in the country right now. Preseason, everyone's talking about them. They have an incredible quarterback in CJ Carr. He's young, he's feisty, he knows how to get the ball downfield. Now, they did get a few wide receivers from the Ohio State University. They always have a stellar defense because their head coach, Marcus Freeman, knows ball. He used to play linebacker at Ohio State. He's an incredible coach. He knows how to develop talent. He just has such a good energy and aura to him. But again, the storyline behind the Notre Dame Fighting Irish is very similar to the Oregon Ducks. Can you close it down in big games? They typically get absolutely wiped out in national championship games and in the playoffs. I do feel like this could be their year, but also their schedule is so freaking easy to compare to every other team in the top 5. Like, they literally play no one until they play Miami. So if they lose against Miami and they're a 1-loss team, kind of feels like a 2 or 3-loss team and you're the SEC. So I'm not really sold on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Like, if you don't play anyone, how do we know how good you actually are? Again, this is why they get blown out in the playoffs. Don't come for me. Lastly, horns down. Just kidding. This is the Texas Longhorns, the number 5 team in the country. There's really only one name that you need to know, and that's Arch Manning. He is the young quarterback that everyone is obsessed with. Arch Manning is a descendant of the famous Manning family. He is going to be a redshirt junior this year, probably his last season in college football. Everyone's obsessed with Arch Manning. They think he's going to be the number 1 draft pick, but he has not lived up to any expectation that everyone in the media and entire world around him has for him. Their entire season literally lives and dies by Arch Manning. And can we all keep in mind that Texas has one of the hardest schedules in all of college football? They have to play Ohio State week 2. Then they have to play Ole Miss, LSU, and Oklahoma. They could potentially be a 6-loss team this year. But let me tell you what, if they win all of those games or even like 3 of them,